Hey guys, how you going? Hey guys, are you worried about 5G radiation? EMFs? Well, I want to tell you about a sponsor of this video. They're patriots and they support the truth. They're called EMF Harmonised and they sell EMF protection technology. The technology filters out the harmful RF waves, radio frequency waves, and has been scientifically proven to do so. It's Tesla technology. As we use computers, phones or tablets to watch any videos or do anything these days, the EMFs are damaging our DNA as we use them. In other words, consider getting some EMF protection from the link below, as you'll protect yourself, you'll help the growth of my channel, and you'll help a fellow truth supporting business, and it's very easy to shop by. They have phone strips and computer strips and laptop and personal relief discs. There's quite a few things in here, guys, so if you're interested, please have a look, and the link will be down below. Thank you so much. Okay guys, the video I put up yesterday with my photo on it, that was supposed to be a what the you know what look. It wasn't supposed to be a scary look. So I apologise if that's the way it came across. And I apologise for all the ads in these, but while I can, I've got to try and get something, because my rent is actually most of my income. And you can't find anything cheaper. I probably could actually if I went into the middle of nowhere, but I have family that still need me to be close enough to get to, so just bear with me if you can with all the ads and stuff that I've got. It'll only be these videos. They won't, I don't think they'll do it to any other videos. Okay, we'll start from here where we left off. Okay, Miss Maxwell, during what time period, I know you said, I believe you said you met Jeffrey in 1991, if I'm correct there, and you've known him through the present. During what time period within those years would you say your relationship was the closest with Jeffrey? Objection, Your Honour. Again. Answer, what do you mean by close? Sorry. Okay, I think earlier today you testified that at some point in time you considered yourself to be his girlfriend. Is that the closest you would say that your relationship was with him? And if so, what time period was that? Answer, I don't think I said I was his girlfriend. I would like to think of myself as maybe, sometime in the mid-90s. What? That doesn't make sense. There must be words missing. That must be what these two little lines are. Another redaction of some sort, or she stops mid-sentence and just changes. Okay, how close was your friendship? Answer, we were very friendly. Okay, without going into details, was your relationship with him intimate? Answer, yes. Okay, when was the last time you had contact with Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, what do you mean by contact? Okay, either a phone call or email or anything of that nature. Answer, as best as I can recollect, sometime last year. Okay, so you haven't talked to him, like, for example, last week you didn't talk to him? Answer, I did not. Don't forget that this was before he died. This was from 2016, it was supposed to come unredacted, but I don't know why it still has redactions in it. Okay, okay, you didn't talk to him in the last week. Answer, I did not. Okay, how many times have you either direct or indirect, meaning in the presence of him or calling or emailing, contact with Jeffrey Epstein from December the 30th, 2014 until now? Answer, I'm sorry, can't you just Okay, either in person or by phone or by email from the 30th of December 2014 until present. Answer: I can't really characterise that, but not very much. What? There was a period when, in January, when you filed your whatever you filed, where we spoke, and then since then, not much at all. Wow. Okay, can you estimate how many emails you would have sent Jeffrey from the period of December 30th, 2014 to the present? Answer: not very many at all. Okay, more than 20? Answer: I really wouldn't be able to characterise it because it wouldn't be that many. I wouldn't know. Okay, more than 50? Answer: it would be on the lesser side, not on the more side. Okay, can you give me a number? Answer: I honestly couldn't. I would be guessing. Okay, how many emails has Jeffrey sent you from the period December 30th, 2014 to the present? Answer: I would say less emails, even less emails than I sent him. Okay, more than 20? Again, I would say on the lesser side. Okay, less meaning 10? Answer: I really can't recall. Very little. Okay, when you spoke with Jeffrey in January of 2015, what did he say to you? Answer: I really couldn't remember exactly what he said to me. Okay, did you talk about Virginia Roberts? Answer: I'm sure we did, but I couldn't recall the exact conversation. Okay, does Jeffrey Epstein send you text messages? Answer: no. Okay, do you send him text messages? Answer: no. Okay, how many phone calls how many phone calls have you had with Jeffrey Epstein since December the 30th, 2014? Answer: again, very few. Okay, more than 5? Answer: probably as many as the few emails that I would characterise, so just very few. I meant a small number. Okay, are you aware of any disagreement between your views about Virginia Roberts and Jeffrey's views about Virginia Roberts? Answer: I cannot speculate to his views, I can only testify on my views. Okay, earlier you went through the series of lies. Have you talked to Jeffrey about the lies and does he agree with you? Answer: I've discussed some of the issues with him. I can't remember specifically which ones. I just don't recall. I'm sorry. Okay, do you recall him telling you that he didn't agree with you on any of those? Answer: I don't recall him saying that. Okay, do you have a joint defence agreement with Jeffrey Epstein? Answer: I believe I do. Okay, do you have a joint defence agreement with blank? Answer: I don't believe I do. Okay, earlier today in your testimony when I was asking you some questions, you said that you couldn't answer, but that Jeffrey Epstein could answer that question. Would Jeffrey Epstein be in a position to confirm or deny some of the obvious lies that we've discussed today? Answer: I can't possibly testify to what Jeffrey could or would say. I can't speak for him. Okay, would Jeffrey be able to confirm or deny whether he had sex with Virginia Roberts? Answer: I can't say what Jeffrey would say. Okay, has he discussed that with you? Answer: he has not. Okay, would Jeffrey be able to confirm or deny whether he had sexual massage from Virginia that first time she came to his mansion in Palm Beach? Answer: I cannot speak for what he would say. I can only speak for what I would say. So as I testified, everything that she said about that first meeting didn't happen. So, okay, has he told you everything about that first meeting didn't happen? Answer: I know it didn't happen because she put me in that room. Okay, I understand you know, but has Jeffrey said when you were talking about obvious lies, oh yeah, that never happened? Answer: I can't specifically recall that. I don't know, but he has to agree with me because it didn't happen. Okay, can Jeffrey Epstein, would he be able to confirm or deny whether he had sex with underage girls? Answer: I can't testify to what Jeffrey would say. Okay, can Jeffrey confirm or deny whether blank was on Jeffrey's island? Answer: I can't say what Jeffrey would say, I can only say what I know to be true. Okay, has Jeffrey talked to you about the fact whether blank was on his island? Answer: as best I can recollect. He said he was not on the island, as best I can recollect. Okay, can Jeffrey Epstein confirm whether he and Virginia Roberts were together in the presence of blank? Answer: I can't speak to what Jeffrey would say. Okay, has he talked to you about Virginia Roberts' statement that she was in the presence of blank? Answer, I've not discussed individual presences with Virginia. I'm only concerned with what I know to be stuff about me. So my focus has always been the lies and the obvious lies as something I can personally attest to. I cannot possibly talk for anything else. Okay, has Jeffrey Epstein said to you anything along the lines of Virginia is lying when she says she met blank? Answer, again, I'm not talking about what she says as regards to other people. I can talk to things as regards to me. Okay, I'm asking if Jeffrey ever said that to you. Answer, I don't recollect specific conversations along those lines. Okay, you don't recollect him saying that to you? Answer, I don't recollect him saying to me that Virginia didn't meet blank. I'm sure that wouldn't be a conversation we would have. It doesn't affect me whether, so I'm really only concerned about the lies that were told as regards to me. Okay, can Jeffrey Epstein confirm or deny whether you sent Virginia to give blank a massage? Answer, I can't say what Jeffrey would say. I can tell you I didn't. I can't tell you what anyone else about anyone else. Okay, have you discussed with him Virginia's allegation that she gave blank a massage? Answer, I didn't know what she did say that. I didn't know that she did say that. Okay, do you know whether Jeffrey Epstein has ever sent anybody to blank to perform a massage for him? Answer, I couldn't possibly recollect whether he said anything like that. Okay, did you ever send anybody, not Virginia, anybody else to blank home for a massage? Answer, not to the best of my knowledge. Okay, do you know one of blank friend by the name of blank? Answer, I do recollect a person of that name. Okay, how do you know her? Answer, I don't recollect. Okay, did you meet her through Jeffrey? Answer, I don't recollect. Okay, do you recall when you met her? I do not recollect. Okay, how many times have you seen blank in your life? Answer, the only reason I remember is because it's an unusual name, but I couldn't tell you anything else. Okay, you didn't see her on a regular basis? She wasn't one of your friends? Answer, no. Okay, was blank a masseuse? Answer, not to my knowledge. Okay, do you have knowledge of whether she had sexual relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I have no knowledge of that. Okay, when was the last time you spoke with her? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, would it be years? Answer, yes. Okay, what do you remember about blank? Answer, nothing really. Okay, do you remember what she looks like? Answer, I would just be speculating on how I remember. I couldn't describe her. Okay, do you recall travelling with her? Answer, I don't. Okay, did you ever go to her home? Answer, I don't believe I did. Okay, do you know where she lives? Answer, I don't. Okay, would you have met her through Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I already testified I don't recollect how I met her, and I remember her because her name is very unusual. Okay, so what recollection do you have of her? Do you have a specific recollection of meeting her somewhere? You just don't know when that was, or how do you know that name blank? Answer, I don't know why the name is... I'm sorry, I have no idea. I recognise the name, but that's it. Okay, was blank a masseuse? Answer, what are you asking me? I'm sorry. Okay, when blank worked for Jeffrey Epstein, did she perform massages? Answer, I've testified that when blank came originally, she came to answer telephones. I believe at some point she became a masseuse. I don't recollect when, and I personally had massages from blank. Okay, what did blank do for Jeffrey Epstein? Did she perform massages? Anything else? Answer, when she came, she answered phones, and at some point, I believe, I don't have any firm recollection, but I believe she went to school and became a masseuse, and I had massages from her. Okay, did you ever have any sexual interaction with her? And there was an objection. Consensual adult contact, he's saying. Okay, did you have any sexual contact with her in the presence of Jeffrey Epstein? And then it has to be asked again, did you have any sexual contact contact with her in the presence of anybody other than Jeffrey Epstein. And he's instructing her not to say. Okay, how many massages did you receive from blank? Answer, I really don't recall, but a fair amount. Okay, did the massages involve sex? Instructed not to answer. Okay, have you ever engaged with sex with any female? Instructed not to answer. Miss Macaulay says, I want the record to reflect that Miss Maxwell's attorney is directing her not to answer this series of questions. Okay, were you responsible for introducing blank to Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I already testified that I don't really recall. What's happening here is pretty much this guy is objecting to every single question, nearly. I think he is. Okay. Were you responsible for introducing blank to Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, again, I don't like the characterization of introduction. Blank came to answer telephones. Okay, were you the person who bought or introduced or met blank for purposes of bringing her to Jeffrey Epstein's home? Answer, that's not how I would characterize it. Okay, how would you characterize it? Answer, I have testified that I'm responsible for finding professional people to work in the homes, age-appropriate adult people, so from pool attendants to gardeners to chefs to housekeepers to butlers to chauffeurs, and one of the functions was to be able to answer the telephones, and in the context of finding someone to answer the telephones, I did look to try and find appropriate people to answer the phones. Okay, so did you find Joanna for purposes of that role? Answer, so in the course of looking for somebody to answer phones at the house, Joanna was one of the people who said that she was willing to answer phones. Okay, so they didn't redact that name. Okay, did you approach her at school campus? Answer, I honestly don't recall how in that moment I met blank, well, they're covering now, and how she came to get the job, but okay, did you typically, in your work for Jeffrey Epstein, would you typically go to school campuses to try and find individuals to work for Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I never. What do you mean by school? Let's characterize school. Okay, any kind of school? Answer, obviously not. I never went to any school with young people. Blank, I believe, came from an adult university, as I would know in England, so university. I went there, but I never went, as I best recollect, anywhere else. Okay, so she went there, but she never went, as she recollects, anywhere else. Okay, what university was it that you went to? Answer, I don't recall the university that she went to right now. Okay, would you visit more than one university to try to find individuals to work for Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, as I recollect, I think that's, in fact, the only university I went to. Okay, did you go there more than once? Answer, I think I went twice. Okay, who else did you find from that university? Was there anyone other than blank? Answer, I don't recollect. I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to mark this as Maxwell 13. More documents. Okay, can you take a look at the document I put in front of you, please? Are you familiar with this document? Answer, I'm familiar with this actual document. Okay, how was this document created? Answer, I don't know how this document was created. Okay, you were involved in the creation of this document? Answer, I think you can see from the date that it's 2004, 2005, so no. Okay, you weren't involved in the creation of this document. We talked earlier about Mr. Epstein's house. I'm talking about the Palm Beach house where you said there was a computer on the desk that employees had access to. People who work for Jeffrey Epstein may have had access to. Answer, I think anybody could have had access to that. Okay, was that computer used, if you know, to keep a log of addresses and phone contact information for Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, are we talking about when this document was created? Okay, in general, was there, on that computer during the time that you were present with Jeffrey Epstein, was there a mechanism by which you kept electronic information of names and addresses of individuals that he knew? Answer, I can't testify to what was on that computer or not after I was gone. Okay, so when you were gone, not when you were gone, when you were there, if Jeffrey wanted to call, for example, say blank, would someone be able to go to that computer to pull up the address information and phone contact information for that individual? Answer, I couldn't possibly say. Okay, did you ever have to keep track of addresses or phone contact information for Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, that was not my job. Okay, did you ever do it? Answer, I'm not responsible for keeping his numbers, so that wasn't my job at all. Okay, but did you ever do it? I know it's not your job, but did you ever do it? Did you ever keep phone contact information for him? Answer, during the course of time we were together, if he gave me a telephone number, I would give it to an assistant to put in the computer. I could do that. Okay, would he ask you for contact information for different individuals if he wanted to contact someone? Answer, in the course of the long period of time when I was there, it certainly would be possible for him to ask me for a telephone number if I had I wouldn't always have it. I'm sure it happened. Okay, there was a hard copy book in addition to the computer. A hard copy book that you could look for numbers that were relevant to Jeffrey Epstein's life. And something on the computer, or was it just an electronic version? Objection again. Okay, was there a hard copy book as well as something on the computer, or was there only electronic information on the phone numbers? Answer, I can only testify to what I know, obviously, and I believe that this is a copy of a stolen document. I would love to know how you guys got it. Okay, I'm asking, during the time you worked for Jeffrey Epstein, was there a hard copy document of any kind that kept phone numbers for Jeffrey Epstein if he needed to contact someone? Answer, the stolen document I have in front of me that you have is what you are referring to. Okay, so there was, during your time when you were there was no other. You mentioned there was information on a computer. Was there any hard copy document that you could refer to find someone's number? Answer, you have the stolen document in front of you. So in other words, that's an admission because she's saying that they stole it. Okay, you had access to this when you worked for Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, this is, I believe, the book that was stolen. That was the hard copy of whatever was there. Okay, so when you were working for Jeffrey Epstein, you were able to access this book. Answer, this book, if this is what this is, I believe it was, this was stolen, the stolen document from his house. Okay, and were you able to access it when you worked for him? Answer, it was a document that was printed that you could, if you needed to, look for a number. Okay, do you know how this book was created? Answer, no. Okay, when you referred to it a moment ago to a stolen document, when Blank turned this document over to the FBI, are you aware he described it as a document that came from your computer? Answer, I have no idea what he said or didn't say, so if you want me to reference something he said, you need to show it to me. Okay, did you keep this document, an electronic copy of it, on your personal computer? Answer, I don't recollect. Okay, if you had to update something, for example, if there was a new number, a new individual that Jeffrey had hired that you were going to track, would you input that information into this document on your computer? Answer, I've already testified that I'm not responsible for updating and keeping these records. Okay, did you have this document on your computer, your personal computer? Answer, I told you I don't recollect having this document on my computer. Okay, do you know what computer this document was on, if more than one? Answer, I'm sorry, this is a long time ago and I don't recall exactly how this was all managed. Okay, if you didn't create this document, do you know who did? Answer, I don't. Okay, I'm going to direct your attention to part of this document. It's towards the back. It's going to be page 91 and it has a Bates label and the number again. I'm going to direct your attention to the section that says Massage Florida. Did you input any of the names or numbers in that section? Answer. So this document is produced in 2004-2005, so no. Okay, but I'm sorry, correct me if I'm misunderstanding your testimony. I thought you said when you were working with Jeffrey that this document existed and it was something you utilised. Answer. I can't possibly tell you what numbers were added or not added subsequent to my departure. Okay, so you can't recall if you added any of these numbers. And I had to re-question it again. Are there any numbers on here or names that you recognise that you would have entered into this section? Answer, I already testified that I'm not responsible for inputting numbers and names into this, so I would not be able to tell you. Okay, are there any names or numbers under this section, Massage Florida, that you would have provided to an assistant to input into this document? Answer, I can't possibly say. Okay, do you see under Massage Florida, about halfway down the first column, do you see a number that says blank cell? He asked what page, 91. Do you see that? Answer, I do. Okay, would you have provided after, I know you didn't hire her, Jeffrey hired her, but after you brought her to Jeffrey, would you have given her cell phone number to an assistant to input into this document? Answer, I didn't bring her to Jeffrey the way you characterise, and I would have no knowledge of how this number ended up in this book. Okay, I believe you, and I will try to use your words so we are clear. You met blank, is that correct? Answer, yes. Okay, and then she began working for Jeffrey? Answer, yes. Would you have provided whomever was in charge of keeping this updated with blank cell number so you would be able to contact her if needed? Answer, I don't know. It could have been a number of different ways. It could have been Jeffrey who gave it to somebody. Okay, you just don't remember doing that? Answer, I do not. Okay, now as you look, I want you to take a look at the Florida massage list. It's 3 columns there. Do you, as you look at those names on the various columns, do you know the ages of any of those girls in this list? Answer, I don't know. One, I don't know who all the people are on this list, and I certainly don't know the ages. Okay, do you know what their qualifications are? Answer, I don't know who the people are in general, so of course I don't know what their qualifications are. Okay, do you know why Jeffrey has so many masseuses listed in Florida in his book here? Answer again, this book was created post my departure, so I couldn't explain why all these people were here. Okay, when you were there, you said this book existed. Answer, yes. Okay, so when you were there, were there a number of masseuses listed under Florida Massage? Okay, I had to re-ask the question again. Okay, I'm asking you a question. When you were there, were there a number of masseuses listed under the Florida Massage section? Answer, when I was there, of course there would have been some masseuses listed, but I could not tell you who or how many, and this I could not possibly, because I wouldn't remember. Okay, do you know why Jeffrey would have had so many names listed under his massage Florida? Answer, I can't testify to why Jeffrey has so many. Okay, did he use a different masseuse every day? Again, you can answer. Answer, when I was there, he had a massage roughly every day. One masseuse, and mostly he would have them at random times, so it would be difficult if you just only had one person, man, woman, for an adult massage to come and be available for whatever time it was. So he would have more than one person that he could call on for a massage, because at any given time, the one that he called first may not have been available. Okay, so would it typically be a different person each day that would give him a massage? Answer, it would be when I was there, based on availability. Okay, would it surprise you to learn that the federal government found that some of the girls on this list under Massage Florida were under the age of 18? Answer, I can't testify to what the government found or did not find because I would have no knowledge of it. Okay, I'm asking if you would be surprised by that. Answer, I have knowledge of it? I think they meant I have no knowledge of it. I can't speculate. So she can't even say that it would surprise her. It surprised her that there's underage because she's part of it. That's why. Okay, in the second column towards the bottom, there's the name. It's one up from the bottom. There is the name blank. Do you know blank? Answer, I do. Okay, who is she? Answer, she was a friend of Jeffrey's. Okay, is she a masseuse? Answer, I don't think she was a masseuse, no. Okay, why would she be listed under Florida massages? Answer, an input error? Okay, is this list any individual that would have sex with Jeffrey? Answer, I wouldn't have any knowledge of that. Okay, do you know if Jeffrey had sex with blank? Answer, first of all, I wouldn't have any knowledge of that. And then they take a quick break. Okay, Ms. Maxwell, we were talking earlier about the journal. I believe you said in 2004, 2005, you were no longer working and responsible for that journal. Is that correct? Whoa. Answer, what are we referring to? This document right here? Okay, yes. Answer, I don't know who is the author of this, or I can't tell you what is in here versus what would have been here when I was around. I can't testify to that. Okay, were you around in 2004, 2005? Answer, I already testified that I was there when Jeffrey's mother passed away, and so you know, I did visit her for her passing. I did visit for her passing, and I believe I was there for a couple of days in 2005. I apologise, guys. A lot of reading is making me trip up on words. Okay, so if an employee of Mr. Epstein in 2004 said you were the employee's direct supervisor, would that be incorrect? Answer, what employee? What's the circumstances? And what is the story? I don't know what you're asking me. Okay, if blank said in 2004 when he was hired you were his direct supervisor, would that be true? Answer, no. Okay, were you in 2004 supervising blank? Answer, I never supervised blank. Okay, did blank take orders from you? Answer, she worked for Jeffrey. Okay, if blank said you had knowledge of underage girls coming to Jeffrey's home for the purpose of sex, would you contend that is truthful? Answer, I have no idea what you're talking about, I'm sorry. Okay, if blank said that you have knowledge of underage girls coming to Jeffrey's home for the purpose of having massages involving sex, would you say that statement is truthful? Answer, I can't testify to what blank said or didn't say. Okay, I'm saying if blank said you had knowledge that there were girls coming over to your house that were underage for the purposes of sex, would that statement be true? Answer, I can't testify to what blank said or didn't say or what he thought. Okay, did you have knowledge of underage girls coming to Jeffrey Epstein's house for the purpose of sex? Answer, no. Okay, earlier I believe you testified, correct me if I'm wrong, that the document that is in front of you, the thicker document, was a stolen document. Do you know who stole that document? Answer, I've read that blank stole the document. Okay, and where have you read this? I believe it was reported in the press. Okay, earlier we were talking about the computers at Jeffrey Epstein's home. Did you have a computer that was your computer located in Jeffrey Epstein's home? Answer, I've testified to the computer already. Even when I was around, there was a computer that people had access to. Okay, so is blank telling the truth when he says that he downloaded that book from your computer? Answer, I couldn't possibly tell you what blank did or didn't do, or said or didn't say. Okay, was it on your computer? Answer, I already testified I have no idea where this document came from. She said it was stolen. Oh, okay, where it originally was made. Okay, did you have a list of names of individuals with contact information for Jeffrey Epstein on your personal computer? Answer, again, that wasn't my computer. I already said that was a computer that lots of people would have, so I have no recollection of this document being on it. So I don't know where this came from. Okay, I understand the computer at the house that you're referencing on a personal computer of yours. Did you have that document? Answer, I don't know where this document came from, so I can't possibly say this document was on any computer that I may have had access to. Okay, on a personal computer of your own, did you have lists of the phone numbers and contact information relating to Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, like everybody, I have an address book, but I can't possibly testify to where this thing came from. Okay, was it your address book or was it addresses that related to Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I don't know what you're asking me. Okay, on your personal computer, was the address book that you are referencing, was it your address book with individuals you knew, or was it an address book for your employer, Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, Jeffrey had his situation and I have no... This is Jeffrey's. It came from his home, so I can't testify to anything about this in that period of time. Okay, so you didn't have on your computer a list of contact information for individuals that was related to Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I don't recall exactly what I had back in 2004 and 5, so I can't say what I had back then that relates to his addresses. I can't recall. But she said she didn't work for him then, didn't she? Okay, so is it possible that someone could have downloaded from your personal computer a list of names and addresses that were affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, this didn't come from any computer of mine. Okay, but is it possible that someone could have downloaded a list of names and addresses affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein from your computer? Answer, I already said I didn't have a computer there, so I don't know where this came from. I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to read you some testimony from Blank deposition, and it's on page 370, and I want to ask you a question about it, if it's true or false. He's going to object unless you show the witness the document, and Miss McCauley says, I'll pass it. We are not going to mark it. We'll skip it. And now re-asks, did you ever tell Blank that he'd better watch out and better keep his mouth shut with respect to what occurred at Mr. Epstein's home? Answer, it doesn't sound like anything I would say. Okay, did you ever threaten Blank in any way if he were to disclose information he learned from his employment with Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I'm happy to answer, no, I never threatened him in any way. Okay, were you concerned that he was going to disclose that Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking underage girls? Answer, first of all, there are so many things wrong with that question, but I have no knowledge of what you're talking about. Okay, have you ever contacted or instructed anyone to contact any witness in this case for the purpose of threatening them not to testify in this case? Answer, I've never called anybody with reference to this case with anything you just mentioned. I've never threatened anyone. Okay, have you ever directed anyone to call any witness relevant to this case and threaten them not to testify? Answer, I've never done such a thing. Okay, did Jeffrey Epstein or you ever ask any female, regardless of age, to carry Jeffrey's baby for him? Objection, so okay. Or anything along those lines, and he objects again. Answer, can you repeat the question? Did Jeffrey Epstein ever ask any female, regardless of age, to carry Jeffrey Epstein's baby for him? Answer, are you asking... Okay, to become pregnant. Did you or Jeffrey Epstein ever ask any female to become pregnant and carry Jeffrey Epstein's baby for you or for Jeffrey? Answer, you need to be very specific. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's complete rubbish. Well, then why do they need to be specific? Oh, this is like a joke. Okay, did you or Jeffrey Epstein ask any female to become pregnant and carry his baby for either him or you? Answer, I can't testify to anything Jeffrey did or didn't do when I was not present, but I've never asked anybody to carry a baby for me. Okay, or anything along those lines. Okay, I want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Not physically carry a baby, I mean become pregnant with a baby. Okay, I want to make sure we're clear. Answer, I don't know what you're asking. Okay, that's why I want to make sure we're clear. Answer, we are clear. I never asked anybody to carry a baby for me. Okay, do you know if Jeffrey ever asked anybody to carry a baby for him? Answer, I'm not going to characterise any conversation Jeffrey had with someone else. Okay, you are not aware of that? Is that your testimony? Answer, I'm testifying that I never and will not testify for anything for Jeffrey. Okay. Okay, did you ever hear Jeffrey ask anybody to carry a baby for him? Answer, I don't recollect conversation about Jeffrey and babies in any form. Okay, did Jeffrey ever tell you who wanted to have a baby? Answer, I don't recollect baby conversations with Jeffrey? Okay, so he never told you he wanted to have a baby. Answer, I don't recollect any baby conversations with him. Saying he wanted to have a baby. Okay, did you ever bring any females to the blank house that were not your friends' children that were under the age of 18? Answer, I have never to my knowledge brought anyone under the age of 18 that's not a friend of my family or my nieces or nephews to the blank household. Okay, earlier today you testified, I believe, with respect to your townhome, Jeffrey paid for some of that and then gave you a loan. Is that correct? Answer, I said, actually, I think it was a loan. I believe it was a loan. Okay, the whole thing? Answer, as best as I can recollect. Okay, did you pay that loan back? I don't have any outstanding loans with him. Okay, so you paid it back. Answer, I don't have any outstanding loans with him. Okay, that's not an answer to my question. Did you pay back Jeffrey for the loans? Answer, I have paid back any loans I had with him. Okay, you have or haven't? Answer, have. Okay, were there any other gifts that Jeffrey gave you during the time period of, say, 1999 to the present that were in excess of $50,000? Answer, what's the question again? Asked again. And she's not talking about a scarf or something insignificant. She's talking about something large over 50,000. Answer, I can't recollect any gifts. Okay, did he ever buy you a car? Answer, I really don't recall. I can't recall. It's a long time ago. Wow, well, even that long ago, I'd still remember if someone bought me a car. Okay, you can't recall if Jeffrey Epstein ever bought you a car? Answer, I believe he did buy me a car. I don't recall how much it cost. I don't recall any of the financial details of that. Okay, do you still have that car? Answer, I don't. Okay, how long ago did you get rid of that car? Answer, I don't recall all the cars. There was a car back. I don't recall, I'm sorry. Okay, he supplied you with several cars? Answer, I don't recall details of the cars. Okay, did he supply you with more than one car? Answer, over the course of time I've driven many cars. Okay, that Jeffrey provided to you? Answer, they were cars that could be driven and I just don't recall them. Okay, were they in your name? Answer, I don't recall. Okay, you don't recall if Jeffrey Epstein ever put a car in your name? Answer, we're talking a long time ago. I really don't recall. Okay, when is the last time you had a car from Jeffrey Epstein that you used? Answer, 2000, 2001, 2002. Okay, do you recall what kind of car that was? Answer, I don't recall, I'm sorry. Okay, did Jeffrey Epstein purchase anything else for you beside the townhouse and cars that would be over the amount of $50,000? Answer, I didn't say that he did. I said I had a loan. Okay, besides the loan, I'm sorry, you're right. You did say you had a loan and you said you paid that back, correct? Answer, that's my testimony. Okay, anything else in excess of $50,000 that he would have purchased for you? Answer, are we talking 2002, 2001? I don't recall any gifts really. Okay, when is the last time Jeffrey Epstein gave you a gift in excess of $50,000? And then assumes facts not in evidence. Okay, you're saying you don't remember from 2001, 2002. I'm asking when is the last time you remember Jeffrey Epstein purchasing a gift for you? Answer, I don't recall gifts in excess of $50,000. I barely recall gifts. I barely recall a lot of this. I'm sorry, I don't recall. Okay, is Jeffrey Epstein paying for your legal fees in this case? Answer, no. Okay, is he paying for anything related to this case? Answer, no. Okay, are you aware of any grand theft police report relating to Virginia Roberts? Answer, I believe I've read a report in the press on that. Okay, did you provide the press with a report on a grand theft by Virginia Roberts? Answer, I don't know how the press got that story. Yeah, I'll bet. Okay, do you know if Virginia Roberts committed a grand theft? Answer, I only know what I read in the press. Okay, did you ever state to the press that Virginia Roberts committed a grand theft? Answer, I've never had any conversation directly with press. Okay, did any of your representatives ever inform the press that Virginia Roberts committed grand theft? Answer, I have no way of knowing what my representatives said to press or didn't. Okay, did they ever discuss with you the fact that they were going to report that Virginia Roberts participated in a grand theft? Answer, I don't know. First of all, I don't know how I know that. I believe I read it in the press report, so... And okay, I'm going to mark this as composite exhibit Maxwell 14. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to direct you to page GM and the number. At the top of the page, you're going to see an email addressed from Jeffrey Epstein on Sunday, June 12th, 2011 to blank. Answer, yes. Okay. The RE line says this is the actual version they wanted me to send, which I changed, but this is back from my UK lawyers. Do you see that? Answer, yes. Okay, if you go down further, you're going to see halfway through the page, you will see your email address, the blank, and you will see a statement that says, thank you, I have it now. I'm working on the letter a little. I will send final version tomorrow, and whatever is in it will be fairly factually accurate. Beneath that, you will see blank blank, who I believe you identified earlier as one of your attorneys. Answer, Okay, and you will see a letter starting, the text of a letter starting, I want you to turn to the second page, blah, blah, blah. About halfway through the page, it says you will also presumably draw attention to the fact that prior to filing her suit against Mr. Epstein, Ms. Roberts fled the US to avoid being arrested for grand theft. Police report available. What grand theft were you referring to that Virginia Roberts committed? Answer, I don't know. However, I believe she stole money from somewhere where she worked. Okay, how do you know that was grand theft? Answer, I don't know how I know that. Okay, so you authorised a statement that characterised that as grand theft without knowing whether it was grand theft? Answer, what month? What is the date of this? Okay, so the date of this is June 12th, 2011. Answer, so I'm afraid such a long time ago, I'm not sure how. I really couldn't testify as to how that language ended up in here. Okay, do you have the police report? It says police report available. Do you have that document? Answer, I don't have that document. Okay, who does? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, would your lawyer blank have that document? Answer, I don't know who has this document. Okay, what's your basis in that statement for saying Ms. Roberts fled the US? Answer, again, you're asking me for a statement that I made in 2011, and I can't say what in 2011 exactly the basis of that statement was. Okay, so you don't know whether or not that statement is true. Answer, this is in 2011. And it never went out, so I'm not sure exactly. Okay, but you said in your email that you were working to make it factually accurate. Is that correct? Answer, that's what it says. Okay, I'm going to mark as Maxwell 15, another one. Okay, this is an email from blank, who you identified as your blank on February the 24th, 2015 to blank, which I understand to be your email address, and blank. The subject line says VR cried rape. Prior case dismissed as prosecutors found her not credible. The message says Ghislane, some helpful leakage, ... What is it that you were leaking to the press? He objects. There is no foundation she was leaking anything. Okay, what was it that you were leaking to the press in that statement? Answer, again, I don't think that's referring to that. That's just referring to the press getting hold of whatever story it is. Okay, what was blank leaking to the press? Answer, it doesn't say blank was leaking anything. It doesn't say that. Okay, the statement says helpful leakage. Is that correct? Answer, it says helpful leakage. That doesn't mean he leaked anything. Okay, did you leak to the press information about the subject line, VR cried rape, prior case dismissed as prosecutors found her not credible? Answer, I don't know idea what? What? I don't have any idea what blank is referring to. I think he is referring to the press held the story. I couldn't testify to that. Okay, did you leak to the press information regarding the statement? VR cried rape, prior case dismissed as prosecutors found her not credible, either through you or through blank? Answer, I think this is coming from the Daily Mail. Okay, that's not my question. I'm asking whether you or blank leaked that. Answer, I have no knowledge. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I can't. I have no recollection. I have no idea what she is talking about. Okay, I'm going to mark another exhibit. Exhibit 16. Marked. Okay, this is an email addressed at the top from Jeffrey Epstein on Monday, January 12th, 2015 to blank, which I understand to be your email address. The email reads, you can issue a reward to any of Virginia's friends, acquaintance, family that come forward to help prove her allegations are false. The strongest is the blank dinner and the new version of the Virgin Islands that blank practiced in an underage orgy. Did you offer any rewards to Virginia's family or friends to contradict Virginia's story? Answer, absolutely not. Okay, did Jeffrey Epstein offer any rewards to any of Virginia's, as he suggests here, friends, family or acquaintances to contradict Virginia's story? Answer, I have no idea what he did. Okay, did he tell he was going to offer rewards to Virginia's acquaintances, friends and family to prove her allegations were false? Answer, he did not. Okay, do you know whether Jeffrey Epstein paid blank to give testimony about Virginia Roberts? Answer, I don't know who blank is. Okay, so you don't know whether Jeffrey Epstein paid her. Answer, I don't know who blank is. Okay, have you ever contacted any of Virginia's friends, acquaintances or family regarding this case? Answer, I don't know who Virginia's friends or family are, and I have not contacted anybody related to her in any way, shape or form. Okay, I'll turn you, I believe, it's the thicker document, which is Maxwell, I believe it was 14. The compilation document, yep, okay, you actually may want to turn to the prior page. At the top of the page on mine, it's the second page in that document. Okay, it's dated Friday, March the 11th, 2011, from Maxwell to Jeffrey, with the title Daily Mail, and there was a forward from blank to you and a number of other individuals. That's on the cover page, and as you scroll into the second page, you are going to see that part of the chain that I'm asking about, and that is the chain at the bottom, which is dated the 10th of the 3rd, 2011, from blank, and it says, we should think about the letter to the editor. School can be university. Age of consent in Florida is complex. See below. If you are 16 years old, a sexual relationship with someone between 18 and 24 is legal in Florida. Two persons between 16 and 24. Florida Statute 794.05. A person 24 years of age or older who engages in sexual activity with a person 16 or 17 years of age commits a felony in the second degree. So as soon as you turn 16, you are able to have sexual relations, and you can have sexual relations with a minor under the age of 18 until your 24th birthday. Why were you concerned with the age of consent in Florida? Answer, I wasn't concerned. I think this was somebody sending me the statute for informational purposes. Well, okay, who is blank? Answer, he's a person who blank's boss, I believe. I don't know what the relationship is. Okay, I didn't hear you, so they said again, I'm not sure exactly. And they blanked that bit out. Okay, why would he be sending you information addressing concerns about the age of consent in Florida? Answer, I think he was just trying to be telling me details that would happen. Virginia in 11 was claiming she was 15, and we thought she was 17. I didn't know what the statutes were in Florida, and I think he was just trying to be helpful so that I would know. Okay, did you have a concern that you had violated this statute in Florida? Answer, no. Okay, did you have concern that Jeffrey Epstein had violated this statute in Florida? Answer, I'm not concerned what happened with Jeffrey. I'm only concerned what happens with me. Okay, why did you communicate with blank about the sexual consent age in Florida? Answer, I wasn't concerned. I think he was being helpful and stating what the statute was. Okay, I'm going to turn you now in that same stack, the Bates, okay, I'm not going to read the Bates numbers. At the top of the email, you're going to see Jeffrey Epstein dated June the 8th, 2011 to you, and it's got a RE line, Vanity Fair. If you go down the chain, you'll see where it says under your email, do you have a problem with anything I said? Were you communicating with Jeffrey to confirm what statements you could put in the press releases you were given? Answer, any interest I have is in accuracy. Okay, were you confirming with Jeffrey Epstein what information you could put in the press releases? Answer, again, I'm only looking for accuracy. Okay, why would you ask him if he had a problem with anything you were saying? Answer, if there is anything I characterised that was not correct. Okay, that's not what you said. You said, do you have a problem with anything I said? Okay, now they're arguing. Okay, Mr. Pag says objection to the form foundation. There's no question pending, and Miss McCauley says there is. And Mr. Pag says that's not a question, it's a statement. And Miss McCauley says don't interrupt me. Okay, did you say you have a problem with anything I said? Answer, that was asking in my parlance that I wanted him to check it for accuracy. Okay, did he tell you there was anything inaccurate about that statement? Answer, again, I have to read the whole thing to figure that out. Okay, were you coordinating with Jeffrey Epstein during this time period in 2011 regarding statements that you were issuing to the press? Mr. Pag, did you withdraw that last question? Miss McCauley says, I'm not withdrawing anything, I'm asking a question. Mr. Pag says there was a question pending, you didn't let the witness answer the question. Then you moved on to another question. So I'm asking for clarification for the record. Now, which question we are answering? Miss McCauley, there is an answer. The question he did he tell you anything, there was anything in that statement incorrect about the statement? And she said again, I read the whole thing. Oh my goodness, the witness, I would have to. Okay, I think by the witness, they're talking about that's the answer. Okay, I'd have to read the whole thing to figure that out. Mr. Pag says she started reading it and you asked her another question. Miss McCauley says that's the question. Mr. Pag says I'm wondering if it's still pending. Miss McCauley, it was answered. Okay. Were you coordinating with Jeffrey Epstein during the time period in 2011 regarding the statements you were issuing to the press? Answer, I only wanted to be accurate in any factual statements that I made. Okay, you knew at the time that Jeffrey Epstein had been convicted for sexual abuse of a minor, is that correct? Answer, he was sentenced, I believe, for underage soliciting an underage prostitute. That's just taken the severity of it away by calling it that. Okay, you knew he was a registered sex offender? Answer, yes. You were coordinating with him the statement that you were going to be making to the press to confirm whether they were accurate in your words? Answer, I was not coordinating with Jeffrey. He had details that I did not have. I was not party to his case. I needed to have information in order to be able to respond, so I was not coordinating with him. I was merely asking for details that I could have. Okay, did Jeffrey write any of your press statements for you? Answer, no. Okay, you didn't draft any of them? Answer, I have a lawyer who was working on this, and that was, I asked, I believe, as I recollect, asked him for information to make sure I was being accurate in the representations for what I was discussing. Okay, did Jeffrey provide you with any drafts of statements to provide to the press? Answer, I only recall drafts from my lawyer. Okay, I will mark this as Maxwell 17, Exhibit 17. Okay, this is an email from you on January the 10th, 2015 to blank. The statement you had before you earlier, that if you can pull that in front of you, the one-page press release that you gave, you might know from memory. Was the press release that you issued with the statement about Virginia issued in or around January 2nd, 2015? Answer, as best as I can recollect. Okay, I want to turn your attention to the document I just handed you, which is, again, numbers. From you to blank, it says in the first sentence, I'm out of my depth to understand defamation, other legal hazards, and I don't want to end up in a lawsuit aimed at me from anyone, if I can help it. Apparently, even saying Virginia is a liar has hazards. You knew at the time you called Virginia a liar in early January of 2015 that was something that would result in a lawsuit. Is that correct? Answer, I have legal advice that I took. Okay, but you knew in early January by making a statement calling Virginia a liar that you were subjecting yourself to a legal dispute with her. Answer, I took legal advice as to what should be said and not be said, and the legal advice that came from the United Kingdom was, and Mr. Pag says you're not allowed to talk about any legal advice that you got from anybody that's a lawyer. Answer, sorry. Okay, so is it correct without telling me what you talked to your lawyers about that you knew, because this was dated January 10th, that when you made this statement in early January 2nd of 2015, you knew that calling Virginia a liar would subject you to a legal action. Isn't that correct? Objection to the form and foundation as to what you knew. Okay. Whatever she knows would be privileged. Miss Macaulay says, I'm asking if she knows. I'm not asking her to tell me about her privileged communications. And the answer is, all I can say is that I asked a question and received legal advice. Okay, Exhibit 18. Okay, this is an email dated January 15, 2015 from Jeffrey Epstein to you. Answer, Okay, it states in the first line, do you want blank to come out and say she was the girlfriend during this time? Mr. Pag says objection to the form and foundation of the question, and actually the word is blank. There was no vowel in there. Miss Macaulay, I was just trying to pronounce it. Okay, this email reads, do you want blank without a vowel to come out and say she was the girlfriend during this time? Who was Jeffrey Epstein referring to? Answer, I believe he was referring to blank. Okay, why was he asking you if you wanted blank to come out and say she was the girlfriend? Answer, the way the press and you were characterising me is I was with Jeffrey throughout this entire period of time and I was not. Okay, was blank with Jeffrey during this period of time? Answer, I believe she was. Okay, did Jeffrey come out and tell the press it was blank and not you that was with him as he is proposing here? Answer, I don't believe he did. Okay, did you want him to do that? Answer, no, I didn't ask him to do anything, no. Okay, so do you know in January 2015, was blank his girlfriend? Answer, 2015, I have no idea who his girlfriend was in 2015. Okay, I'm sorry, you are correct. Oh, hang on. Did I read the answer? 2015, I have no idea. Yep. Okay, I'm sorry, you are correct. In the period of 1999 to 2002, was blank his girlfriend? Answer, they spent a lot of time together. Okay, did you talk to blank about going to the press and saying that she was the girlfriend and not you? Answer, I've never spoken to blank. Okay, was blank offered any money to make a statement that she was the girlfriend? Answer, I have no idea. I've never spoken to blank and I don't know anything. I have no idea. Then they enter Exhibit 19. Okay, that's an email from Jeffrey to Maxwell dated January 25th, 2015. Answer, Okay, I'll direct your attention to the bottom email, which is from you on Saturday, January 24th, 2015. It said, I would appreciate it if blank would come out and say she was your girlfriend. I think she was from the end of 99 to 2002. Does that refresh your recollection that you asked Jeffrey to have blank come out and say she was his girlfriend? Answer, I'm sure I would loved anybody to come out and say they were with Jeffrey rather than me. Okay, was that an accurate statement you were asking to be made to the press? Answer, when is this? Question, 2015. The statement is whether she was the girlfriend from 99 to 2002, as the email reads. Answer, what is your question? Okay, my question was that an accurate statement you were going to be giving to the press. Answer, I didn't make the statement and Blake never came out, so it's completely moot. My question is, was it an accurate statement that Blank was the girlfriend from 99 to 2002, or were you just making that up for purposes of deflecting press from you? Answer, as I said, they spent a lot of time together and... Okay, were you also his girlfriend from 99 to 2002? Answer, I doubt if I would have ever characterised myself as his girlfriend, but Blank at the time was with him as much, if not more than I was. Okay, another exhibit. Email from Jeffrey to you on January 11th, 2015. And if you look below, I'm going to start at the bottom of that chain, which is January 11th at 9:15 from Jeffrey, and he wrote, Blank, do you have an article coming out in Monday's paper? If so, could you please forward us a copy? Do you know what Blank Jeffrey was referring to there? Answer, I don't know. Okay, if you look up in the email chain, do you see an email address from Blank responding to that letter? Answer, I do. Okay, so that would be Blank that Jeffrey was emailing at the time according to this chain, correct? Answer, it certainly looks like it. Okay, the email from Blank to Jeffrey is nothing. On Monday, I'm working on several possible articles about unfairness in the legal process that allows false charges to be inserted into legal documents with no opportunity to respond. And do you see above that, Jeffrey's email to you says, quote, careful. Answer, is that to me or Blank? Okay, Jeffrey to Blank at the top. Why was Jeffrey telling you to be careful? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, what was he concerned about with Blank's suggestion in the email below? Answer, I can't possibly know. Okay, did you discuss with him why he told you to be careful? Answer, I had limited contact with him. I don't recall where this goes in the chain. Why he was telling me to be careful, I have no idea. Okay, did you respond to this email? Answer, if you don't have it, I didn't respond. Okay, did you ever delete emails during the period of January 2015? Answer, I have every email you asked for in Discovery that I had gave you. And okay, that's not my question. Did you ever delete emails in January of 2015? Answer, I've not deleted anything that you have asked me for in Discovery. I've given you everything that I have. Okay, that is not my question, asks again. Answer, in the normal course of my work, there are emails from spam that I delete. That is the type of email I've deleted. Anything that is material to what you want, I have not deleted. Okay, how do you know that? Answer, well, anybody that's to do with Jeffrey or Blank or women or anything of which I know you're interested in, of which I have anything I would not have done because I don't want to subject myself to... Okay, have you had your computer forensically copied for purposes of this litigation? Mr. Pag says objection again. Answer, has someone made a copy of your computer for purposes of this litigation? Answer, no. Oh no, she must have asked it again. Or was Maxwell trying to ask her back? Okay, are you a citizen of the United States? Answer, I am. Okay, are you also a citizen of England? Answer, I am. Okay, are you a citizen of any other land? Answer, Terramar. Okay, that's the name of your charity project that deals with oceans, is that correct? Answer, yeah, I'm French as well. Okay, has Jeffrey Epstein funded Terramar for you? Answer, he did give some money to Terramar, yes. Okay, how much? Answer, I believe it was $50,000. Well, Earlier today, you said you were in the process of resolving the sale of your townhome. Where do you intend to live once your townhome is sold? Answer, that's a good question. I don't have an answer for you yet. Okay, you don't have to have a present plan. Do you intend to live in the United States? Answer, I don't have a present plan. Okay, are you living outside of your townhome right now, or are you still there? Answer, I'm just couch surfing. Okay, has Jeffrey Epstein ever purchased a company for you to put a company in your name? Answer, I have no recollection. Okay, is there a Ghislane Maxwell Corporation, for example? Answer, no, not that I'm aware of that has anything to do with me. There may be with one that someone else owns or started, but not one that was related to me. And Miss Macaulay says, I'm going to take a short break. Okay, and then starts again. Okay, Miss Maxwell, do you recall being subpoenaed for a deposition back in 2009? Answer, I do. Okay, why did you avoid giving your deposition in that case when you were subpoenaed and you had the opportunity to tell your side of the story? Answer, that's not what happened. Okay, what happened? Answer, as best I recall, I was subpoenaed and a date was set for the subpoena and everything was set, and I believe it was with Brad Edwards, correct me if I'm wrong, and Brad Edwards failed to show up for the subpoena. Okay, so your testimony is Brad Edwards did not show up for the deposition that had been set. Answer, correct. Okay, did you give any statement that your mother was ill and therefore you couldn't make a deposition and had to leave the country indefinitely? Answer, that's an entirely separate situation. Brad Edwards is involved in the blank. I believe you know is when fake suits are created in Jeffrey's case, and blank and Brad Edwards worked for that firm. Okay, and Mr. Edwards worked for that firm? Answer, so when the subpoena came, Brad Edwards was involved with blank in the case. So when I was called for subpoena, then I had a subpoena, date and time set. Brad Edwards went AWOL, meaning he failed to respond to calls and failed to get in touch with my attorneys, even though a date and time was set for the subpoena. And so that's what happened to that subpoena. It just didn't happen. Okay, we may be talking about two different cases, so I'll ask the question again. Was there ever a time where you were subpoenaed to sit for a deposition that you could not make it because you said that your mother was ill? Answer, so that is the same subpoena that Brad Edwards failed to turn up for. And then I think 5 or 6 months passed between a period of time. I can't characterise it exactly. A period of time passed where then he resurfaced and asked for a new subpoena to be, God knows, a new time to be set. And because he had contacted the press and done all sorts of things that you guys are familiar with, I believe, it was my lawyer suggested that I should have some sort of protective order, and I believe the time for when Brad Edwards resurfaced after the blank for creating fake cases in Jeffrey Epstein's and other people's cases, in between the time when there were something trying to figure out the protective situation for me. My mother was sick. She is 89. She was 89 at the time, so we all have parents. So anyone, I don't know how old your parents are, but any parent or godparent, any individual who's in the late 80s, 90s, we can understand has health issues. So my mother's health was deteriorating very rapidly at that time, and we had issues at home with who she would talk to and how to manage her healthcare situation, and so I went home. They were still arguing about the protective order. Okay, is it your testimony that there was not a date set for your deposition at the time you left to go see your mother? Answer, I don't think so. Okay, are you friends with the blank? Answer, I am. Okay, did you attend a wedding of blank a few weeks after the date was set? Oh, okay. Royalty? Okay. Because she attended... Oh, hang on, was it Clinton's daughter? Was Clinton's daughter? A few weeks after the date was set. Let's say a few weeks after you left to go see your mother who was ill. Answer, I don't recall exactly when I left, but it was before, a few weeks before. I don't remember the exact timing of that, so I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? Okay, did you come back to the United States to attend Blank's wedding? Answer, I attended Blank's wedding, but I don't know if I came back specifically for that or not. Okay, when we were looking at the flight logs earlier, there was a flight where you ended up in Blank. I believe it was in Blank. Do you know how you got clearance to land at that Blank? Answer, I need to have a look at whatever document. Okay, it's the one with of the flight logs. It was on the flight with Blank when we were talking about you landed at Blank. I know you're a pilot. Do you know what you had to do to get clearance to land at that naval base? Whoa. And there you go. Mr. Pag says if you need to look at something to answer the question, you can. If you can't answer the question without looking at something, just indicate such. Answer, regardless, I wouldn't have any knowledge of that. Okay, was Blank travelling with you on the flights you were on with Blank? Answer, I would have to look at the document. I wouldn't know if she was on all of them or not. I don't know. Okay, do you recall her being on any of them? Answer, to the best of my recollection, I think she was. I don't recollect exactly what flight she was on or not. Okay, was one of the co-conspirators physically in the non-constitution agreement? Is that correct? Answer, I've never seen the document, but my understanding, I believe, is that she was. Okay, did you ever stay the night, ever, at Blank's house? Blank, have you ever stayed the night there? Answer, in his home, Blank. Okay, yes. Answer, I don't believe I did. Okay, are you aware of anybody providing Jeffrey with two 12-year-old girls as a birthday present? Answer, no. Okay, are you aware of anybody ever providing Jeffrey with French girls under the age of 18 as a birthday present? Answer, no. Okay, do you know whether Blank provided girls under the age of 18 to Jeffrey for the purposes of sex? Answer, the answer is no. I don't know anything about that. Okay, did you ever witness Blank bringing girls under the age of 18 to any of Jeffrey's residence? Answer, I don't recollect Blank coming to the house with girls, period. Okay, do you, when I say house, I'm including the US Virgin Island home. Do you recollect Blank bringing foreign girls under the age of 18 to the US Virgin Island house? Answer, I don't recollect anything like that. Okay, do you know how Jeffrey Epstein made his money? Answer, no. Okay, was Blank one of his clients? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, what do you know about the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and Blank? Answer, are you talking today? Okay, yes, today. Answer, I have no idea. Okay, do they have a business relationship? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, did they have a business relationship during the time that you were working for Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I believe in the 90s when I was there they had a business relationship. Okay, did they have any other kind of relationship? Answer, the only relationship I'm aware of is the business relationship. Okay, do you know why Blank sold the New York house or gave the New York house to Jeffrey, if you know? Well, now we know that's Mr. Maxwell. Answer, I know nothing about that transaction. I know, what's his name? Not Maxwell. Victoria's Secret bloke. Okay, can you list for me all the girls that you have met and brought to Jeffrey Epstein's house that were under the age of 18? Answer, I could only recall my family members that were there and I could not make a list of anyone else because that list, it never happened that I can think of. Okay, I'm talking about the time you were working for Jeffrey Epstein. Can you list all the girls that you found for Jeffrey Epstein that were under the age of 18 to come work for him in any capacity? Answer, I didn't find the girls. Okay, you chose the word. You choose the word. And Mr. Pag says, if you have a question, ask it. You don't choose the word. Okay, so list all the girls you met and brought to Jeffrey Epstein's home for the purposes of employment that were under the age of 18. Answer. I've already characterised my job as to find people, adults, professional people, to do the jobs I listed before. And all the jobs she listed before. This time she puts in house person. What does that mean? Like a maid? Housekeeper? Okay, I'm asking about individuals under the age of 18, not adult persons, people under the age of 18. Answer. I look for people or tried to find people to fill professional jobs in professional situations. Okay, so Virginia Roberts was under the age of 18, correct? Answer. I think we've established that Virginia was 17. Okay, is she the... Sorry, go ahead. Is she the only individual that you met for purposes of hiring someone for Jeffrey that was under the age of 18? Answer. I didn't hire people. Okay, I said met. Answer. I interviewed people for jobs, for professional things, and I'm not aware of anyone aside from now Virginia who clearly was a masseuse, age 17. But that's how far we know that I can think of that fulfill any professional capacity for Jeffrey. Okay, list all the people under the age of 18 you interacted with at any of Jeffrey's properties. Answer. I'm not aware of anybody that I interacted with other than, obviously, Virginia, who was 17 at this point. Another exhibit. Okay, I'm showing you what's been marked as Maxwell 21. It's an email dated January 21st, 2015 from Jeffrey to you. Is that, you can take a moment to look at it, is that a statement that Jeffrey Epstein wrote for you to be issued to the press? Answer. The question was, and she asked it again. Answer. Is there any other emails that you would have that surround this that would allow me to know what does this have in a context? Okay, these were produced by your counsel, so to extent there are emails that surround this is what we were given. Answer. Okay, I don't know whether he wrote this. Obviously he wrote this and sent this to me. I don't know if this is a post, a phone call we had. I can't recollect exactly. Okay, do you know if this was issued to the press, this statement? Answer. The only press statement that was issued is the one that you have. When the paragraph refers you to being in a very long-term committed relationship with another man, who was that other man? Mr. Pag says you don't have to answer the question. Ms. McCauley says I'm asking the identity of a witness in a statement she's giving. Mr. Pag says she didn't give the statement. Miss McCauley, Jeffrey is writing to her. I'm asking who is he is reference. Okay, this is really hard to read, guys, so if you can bear with me. I'm asking who is. He is referencing to a long-term relationship. You're going to refuse to let her answer that question. Mr. Pag says yes. Miss McCauley says I would like to state for the record he is refusing to allow her to identify a potential witness in this litigation. So we'll get back to the So we will be back to get the answer to that question. Okay, do you recall when you were travelling with Virginia Roberts that you would be responsible for holding her passport? Answer. I already testified I don't recall travelling with Virginia. Okay, do you recall whether Jeffrey Epstein, when he was travelling with a minor, someone under the age of 18, someone would hold their passport? Answer. I couldn't testify to what Jeffrey did or didn't do. Okay, you never observed him gathering a minor's passport and holding it during one of the trips you were on? Answer. I don't have any recollection of that. Okay, are you familiar with a company called Hyperion Air Inc.? Answer. I am. Okay, is that a company you are affiliated with? Answer. No. Okay, is that a company that Jeffrey owns? Answer. I knew it back in 2001, back when I was working. I have no idea what that is today. Okay, what about JEGE? Are you familiar with that company? JEGE Inc. Answer, I don't recall it. Okay, you don't recall? Answer, it vaguely rings a bell. I don't remember what it relates to. Okay, what about Jeffrey Epstein's Virgin Island Foundation, Inc.? Are you familiar with that company? Answer, no. Okay, how did Jeffrey Epstein Company, Inc.? Answer again, I don't recall his business names and affiliations. Okay, how about NES LLC? Familiar with that name? Answer again, I think it was one of his businesses, but I don't recall. Okay, do you know what that business did? Answer, I don't. Okay, how about New York Strategy Group, Inc.? Answer, I don't know. Okay, what about Ghislane Maxwell Company? Are you familiar with that company? Answer, I never heard of that. Okay, is that a company you are on record as being either a board member of or having a position of authority in? Answer, I never heard of the business. Okay, what negative, unflattering, private or potentially embarrassing information does Jeffrey Epstein know about you? Answer, I imagine none. Okay, does he have any knowledge of any illegal activity that you've conducted? Answer, if you want to ask Jeffrey questions about me, you'd have to ask him. Okay, have you ever been involved in any illegal activity in your lifetime? Answer, I can't think of anything I've done that is illegal. Okay, have you ever been arrested? Answer, I have a DUI in the UK a long time ago. Okay, is that the only arrest you have on your record? Answer, yes. And then another Exhibit 22, dated 21st of January 2015, from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislane, obviously. Forwarding the Guardian, I would like you to look at the chain of emails so you understand have an appreciation for who is on this. It's a 3-page document. The bottom of the email appears to be a message from... There is a blank at the bottom. At the very bottom, there is a signature block for blank, 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 and above that, there is a message from a blank. Do you see that? Answer, Okay, do you know who blank is? Answer, I do not. Okay, above that, there is a message from blank, and it says, so this isn't getting better. Latest from our chums at The Guardian. And above that, you will see on January 21st an email from you where you wrote, see below. And right above that chain, you will see Jeffrey Epstein to you on January 21st. And his statement to you is, this will now end, but I think a dismissive statement is okay. What did he mean by his statement? This will now end. Answer, I have no idea. Okay, did you discuss with him what he meant by that statement, this will now end? Answer, I don't recall. Was he taking any action to ensure that, quote, this will now end? Answer, I have no idea. They now put Exhibit 23 in. Another email. It's from her to Jeffrey, January 27. And the email at the bottom of the chain is from Jeffrey to you on January 27th. He states, what happened to you in your statement, question mark. And you put at the top, I've not decided what to do. Answer, Question, why was Jeffrey interested in you making a statement to the press? Answer, I don't know that he was interested. We made a statement and then I was being advised to make an additional statement and I never did. Okay, was Jeffrey communicating with you regularly on what additional statement you might make? Answer, no, I've communicated with him very little as possible. Okay, why did you feel you had to keep him informed of statements you were making to the press? Answer, I didn't feel I had to. Okay, then why were you communicating with him about statements you were making to the press? Answer, insofar as this is the case, it's really all about Jeffrey. It's not a case about me. Okay, in 2009, did you direct your lawyer, either directly or indirectly, to tell Brad Edwards that you were unavailable to attend a deposition? And Mr. Pag says, objection to the Foreman Foundation. This is privileged communication as I understand the question. What someone said or didn't say to their lawyer, so don't answer that question. And She says, okay, can you answer that question without revealing a privileged communication? Answer, can you ask the question again? Okay, in 2009, did you direct your lawyer to tell Brad Edwards that you were unavailable to attend a deposition? Same instruction, so she re-asks, did you make any statement in 2009 to anybody that you were unavailable to attend a deposition? Answer, my mother was sick and I don't recall exactly the sequence of events, but what sequence of events do exist was handled by my lawyers. Okay, what is your understanding of Jeffrey Epstein's non-prosecution agreement? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, do you have an understanding of the co-conspirators listed in the non-prosecution agreement? Answer, I have no knowledge of his agreement, whatever it is. Okay, do you know, you mentioned earlier today that blank was one of the listed co-conspirators. Do you know who the other co-conspirators are in the non-prosecution agreement? Answer, I do not know. Okay, what did Jeffrey Epstein tell you about the non-prosecution agreement? Answer, I don't think I've ever discussed it with him. Okay, how did you come to learn that blank was covered by a non-prosecution agreement? Answer, I believe I read it in the press. Okay, did you have any discussions with blank about the non-prosecution agreement? Answer, I have not had any discussions with blank. Okay, when is the last time you spoke to blank? Answer, maybe 2005, 2006 maybe? Okay, and same with blank. When is the last time you recall speaking with blank? Answer, probably even more time before that. Maybe. I've never had communications really with blank. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Answer, I've never had communications with her. Okay, you were working for Jeffrey at the same time blank was also working for Jeffrey, isn't that correct? Answer, I didn't know what blank did for Jeffrey, so I didn't characterise what her relationship or work or not was, and I was still helping him with his construction projects and the like, but I never crossed paths with blank. Okay, what did you think blank was doing for Jeffrey? Answer, I have no idea what blank was doing for Jeffrey. Okay, did you observe blank at any point of Jeffrey's houses while you were there? Answer, she was at the house on occasion. Okay, what would she be doing there? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, did you know if she lived at his houses? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, did you ever go into a bedroom and see her belongings in one of the houses? Answer, no, not that I can recall. Okay, I'm going to mark this as Maxwell Exhibit 24. As you can see, okay, the numbers, and it's dated 3rd of January 2015 from you to the blank. Is that blank who we referred to today? Answer, yes. Okay, can you tell me, it says have some info. Call me when you have a moment. What is redacted there? Answer, I don't recall, I'm sorry. Okay, do you know why there is a redaction on this document? Answer, you'd have to confer with my lawyers. Okay, what did you discuss on that call? Answer, I don't have any specific knowledge of that call. Okay, so the call is being made on Saturday, January 3rd, 2015. Again, okay, the document states it's Saturday, January 3rd, 2015. You issued your press release on January 2nd, 2015. Were you discussing with blank the subject of Virginia Roberts during these calls? Answer, I don't know if I spoke to him. Okay, I would like you to turn to that GM, and on the bottom chain says blank, Saturday, January 3rd to blank, RE, and he says, let me know when we can talk. Got some specific questions to ask you about Virginia Roberts. Do you recall having a conversation with blank about Virginia Roberts in or around early January of 2015? Answer, I don't know if we actually spoke. Okay, did you ever speak to blank about Virginia Roberts after you issued your statement on January 2nd, 2015? Answer, I know that we did speak at some point, but I don't recollect when we spoke. Okay, what did you talk about? Answer, just what a liar she is. Okay, what did he say to you? Answer, what a liar she is. Okay, did he tell you why he thought she was a liar? Answer, I don't think he told me why she was a liar. The substance of everything that she said was a lie with regard to him. Okay, what did you say to him? Answer, she's a liar. Okay, that was the whole conversation. It was you said to him, she's a liar, and he said to you, she say liar. And did you discuss any of the details about what those lies were? Answer, I don't recollect. Okay, was that only one conversation you had? Answer, I don't recollect. I don't recollect actually the conversation, but other than we both said she was a liar. Okay, do you regularly communicate with blank? Answer, what do you mean by regularly? Okay, do you email him once a month, once every 2 months, or text him or call him? Answer, no, we're not that type of regular touch. Okay, do you travel with him regularly? Answer, I don't know. I have travelled with him. We travel together, but regularly is not a correct characterisation. Okay, do you travel with him more than once a year? Answer, there's no standard. There's no set pattern. The answer to that was no. Okay, have you ever observed him with any underage, any woman, female under the age of 18, interacting that's not a child or family friend, interacting for the purposes of a sexual relationship with that individual? Answer, I've never seen blank interact with in any way of that nature. Okay, have you ever gone to dinner with him and any individual under the age of 18 that's not a family member or friend of yours that is under the age of 18? Answer, we've been to dinner all the time. I'm not sure who is at dinner with us. I can't testify to that. Okay, has he ever bought a female under the age of 18 that's not a relative of his? A, he has children. Or answer, he has children. Okay, I said not relatives. Answer, I can't possibly testify to who he comes to dinner with. I wouldn't recall. Okay, to your knowledge, has he ever had a relationship with any female under the age of 18 for purposes of a romantic relationship to your knowledge? Answer, I can't testify to blank relationship. Okay, so you haven't observed that. Answer, no. Okay, have you talked to blank about coming to testify at trial in this case? Answer, no. Okay, when was the last time you communicated with blank? Answer, 1994-95. Okay, I believe earlier, did you say that when is the last time you'd been to his home in blank? Answer, I said you asked me if I stayed the night. Okay, I'm asking you a different question. When is the last time you've been to his home in blank? Answer, roughly the same time, in the middle of the 90s sometime, mid-90s. Okay, not in the years 2000 to 2002? Answer, mid-90s. Okay, have you ever communicated with any representative of blank? Answer, I mean, I've been to his in the mid-90s. I would have communicated with people who worked for him. Okay, have you communicated with blank about this case? Answer, no. Okay, have you ever seen a topless female at any of Jeffrey Epstein's properties? Mr. Pag objects again. He says you asked this question, by the way, earlier on today. Answer, again, I testified that there are people who from time to time, in the privacy of a swimming pool, have maybe taken a bikini top off or something, but it's not common, and certainly when I was at the house, I don't really recollect seeing that kind of activity. Okay, have you ever smoked cigarettes? Answer, yes. Okay, have you ever smoked cigarettes with Virginia Roberts? Answer, I don't recall smoking cigarettes with Virginia Roberts. And okay, another exhibit 25 has been entered. Okay, I'm showing you what's been marked as 25. This is an email dated January 11th, 2015 at the top. Do you see that from Jeffrey to you? Answer, Okay, and then below there's an email from blank to you and CCing blank on January 11th, 2015. Do you see that? Answer, It says, Dear Ghislane, as you know, I've been working behind the scenes and this article comes from that. It helps but doesn't answer the VR claims. I will get the criminal allegations out. This shows the MOS will print truth, not just a VR voice piece. We can only make the truth by making a statement. What did he mean when he said, I will get the criminal allegations out? What was he referring to? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, were there criminal allegations about Virginia that either your lawyer or blank were leaking to the press? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, did you ask him what he meant when he said, I will get the criminal allegations out? Answer, I don't recollect the conversation. Okay, did you direct him to leak to the press criminal allegations about Virginia Roberts? Answer, I already testified that I have no knowledge of what you're asking me. Okay, were you copied on this email, correct? Answer, I was. Okay, did Jeffrey Epstein assist in obtaining information about criminal allegations relating to Virginia Roberts? Answer, I have no recollection. Okay, did blank assist in obtaining information regarding criminal allegations of Virginia Roberts? Answer, I have no knowledge of that. Okay, did you ever discuss that with blank? Answer, discuss what? Okay, criminal allegations about Virginia Roberts. Answer, I don't believe I have. Okay, have you ever discussed allegations relating to, or do you know if Jeffrey Epstein has any relationship with the US government, either working for the CIA or the FBI in his lifetime? Answer, I have no knowledge of that. Okay, do you know if Jeffrey Epstein has any friends that are in the CIA or FBI? Answer, I have no idea. Okay, are you aware of an investigation of Jeffrey Epstein in the early 80s relating to the SEC? Answer, I have no knowledge of that. Okay, are you aware that Jeffrey Epstein has told people that he worked for the government to recover stolen funds? Answer, I don't recall conversations about that. Okay, has he ever told you that he worked for the US government? Answer, I don't recollect that. Okay, you don't recollect, or has he never told you that? Answer, I have no knowledge. I don't recollect him telling me he worked for the government. Okay, does Jeffrey Epstein have any affiliation with the Israeli government? Okay. Answer, I have no knowledge of that. Okay, do you know if he ever performed any work for the Israeli government? Answer, I have no knowledge of that. Okay, have you ever visited Israel with Jeffrey Epstein? Answer, I'm sorry, I don't recollect. Okay, you've seen the flight logs that I provided today. Are there, during the time you worked for Jeffrey Epstein, were there times you flew on commercial flights rather than Jeffrey Epstein's planes? Answer, yes. Okay, how often did that occur? Answer, decently. Okay, were there other flights that you recall flying on with Jeffrey Epstein that were on flights where blank was not the pilot? Answer, blank was not always the pilot. Okay, how many planes did Jeffrey Epstein have during the time you were with him? Answer, so you need to give me a date range. Okay, during the time period of 1992 through when you left your employment, which I think you said was in 2009. Answer, so in the 90s he had one plane, and at some point in the 2000s he had two planes, but I can't testify to anything past 2002, 2003. What happened to his planes after that? Okay, do you know what travel agency, if any, Jeffrey would use when he would send someone, for example, you or one of his other employees, on a flight somewhere? Did he use a particular travel agency to make those arrangements? Answer, I don't recall. Okay, were you ever responsible for making those arrangements for other individuals? Answer, I don't recall making flight arrangements. Okay, was it New York travel agent that you would use for those arrangements? Answer, again we're talking 16, 17, 18 years. I just don't recall anything to do with travel agents. Okay, would Jeffrey Epstein ever fly, for example, blank on a commercial flight to meet you in New Mexico? Answer, I can't testify to that. Okay, do you recall a trip where you met blank in New Mexico? Answer, no, I don't recall any specific trip, no. Okay, why would you be sent to New Mexico? Is there a reason why you go there in the course of the work you were doing for Jeffrey? Answer, I was never sent. I had a job to do and I would have to go to New Mexico for work. Okay, would blank assist in that project? Answer, no, the project was largely complete. Largely complete by the end. I don't remember the dates exactly, but it was largely complete by the 90s, 2000s. Okay, do you know why blank would be going to New Mexico to meet you? Answer, I don't know. She worked for Jeffrey. Out of time. Okay, Miss Macaulay says, I will state for the record there are questions today that remain unanswered because the witness has been instructed not to answer those questions, and we will be raising our objections with the court to be able to have those questions answered in the near future. Mr. Pag says, so we are clear, we are designating this entire deposition as confidential under the protective order. That would cover the paralegal who's been present, as well as the court reporter and the videographer and all the lawyers in the room. Okay, then there's an index of photos, and then there is a certificate. I hereby certify that the witness Ghislane Maxwell was duly sworn by me, and that the deposition is a true record of the testimony given by the witness. And that is Leslie Fagan, registered professional reporter. The foregoing certification of this transcript does not apply to any reproduction of the same by any means, unless under the direct control and or supervision of the certifying reporter. Okay, and then an unfilled. Okay. Wow, a lot of date. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, what is this? Okay, guys, if any of you know what this is, age 9, 19, 19, 10 and a half, 13. Well, that's 13 years, 7 months. I don't know. 11, 17, 14.2 years, 14, 11, 18. What is this? Okay, they must be numbers in the documents, maybe. Guys, if you know what that is, can you let me know? The certifications, charges. Okay, yes. I'd say that's what it is. Okay, there's just lots of numbers. Okay, I'll come back. I'm just going to go through it, the rest of it. Okay, well, it looks like that is it. That is page 465. It's all, the rest of it's like that. I did find something else. I don't know if this is, okay. This is another one. Plaintiff's motion to compel defendant to answer deposition questions filed under C. Okay. So this is making her answer the questions that she won't. Plaintiff Virginia Guthrie, by and through her undersigned counsel, hereby files this motion to compel defendant to answer deposition questions. During her recent deposition, defendant refused to answer numerous questions about allegedly adult sexual activity related to Jeffrey Epstein. Because this activity is highly relevant to this case, defendant should be ordered to answer questions about this. As the court is aware, this defamation case involves Miss Guthrie. Miss Guthrie's assertions that she and other females were recruited by defendant to be sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein under the guise of being massage therapists. Okay, see the complaint. Guthrie described Maxwell's role as one of the main women who Epstein used to procure underage girls for sexual activities, and a primary co-conspirator and participant in his sexual abuse and sex trafficking scheme. In response to these assertions, defendant has made the sweeping claim that Miss Guthrie's assertions are entirely false and entirely untrue. Yet during her deposition, defendant refused to answer any questions that she construed as having something to do with consensual adult sex. Defense counsel supported that position, and frankly, that's none of your business, and I instruct the witness not to answer. As he said, yeah, okay. The result was that a number of points throughout her deposition, defendant refused to answer questions about subject integral to this lawsuit, including questions about what the alleged massage therapists were doing at Jeffrey Epstein's house and the sexual nature of those massages. For example, defendant refused to answer questions about whether she had given Jeffrey Epstein a massage. And that was an example of it, where the question was, have you ever given Jeffrey Epstein a massage? Mr. Pag objects to the form foundation and instructed not to answer. So in other words, they just put example in there. And that was one of the back and forwards between her lawyer and the obvious questioner, or prosecutor, or whatever it is. Okay, defendant's participation in massages with Epstein is a central part of this case. Miss Guthrie has explained that during her first sexual encounter with Jeffrey Epstein, it was defendant who provided instruction on how to do it and how to turn the massage into a sexual event. Obviously, proof that defendant had previously massaged Epstein, including massages with sexual component, would provide important corroboration for Miss Guthrie's testimony at trial. And proof that the defendant was involved in massages will further help prove the statements to the press that Virginia's allegations were obvious lies was itself an obvious lie. As another example, defendant refused to answer questions about her knowledge that Blank was hired to work for Epstein and provide massages. In the police report, Blank admitted that Ms. Maxwell recruited her to work for Epstein. And then it's blanked out more. Yet during defendant's deposition, she refused to answer questions regarding Blank. And there's another example. So pretty much what this has done is summarised in a way, but not, I don't know, I just like reading the whole thing for myself. And I'm sure there's people out there who want to hear the whole, even as if it's boring, we still need to know exactly what it says. Okay, here again is this information critical of the case. Among other things, these questions are designed to show a modus operandi for Epstein and Maxwell, specifically how they recruited for a non-sexual massage that converted the massage into sexual activities, or then can, okay. One last illustration comes from defendant's refusal to answer about her knowledge of Epstein's sexual interest during massage. And there's an example there, which we've already gone through and read them all. While Epstein himself might also provide answers to these questions, it appears likely that he will assert his Fifth Amendment privilege regarding his sexual activities. Well, not now, he won't. Oh, hang on, he could still. Depends on whether you believe he's dead or not. Accordingly, Miss Guthrie might pursue questioning of Maxwell to obtain information on this subject. Here again, information about Epstein's sexual idiosyncrasies will provide important corroboration to Miss Guthrie's testimony that she had sexual interactions of an identical nature with Epstein. These refusals are not an isolated instance. Instead, similar refusals to answer questions occurred repeatedly throughout the deposition, and don't we know it? Oh, that's all we had. Refuse to answer or dance around and draw it out. And the court should compel defendant to answer all these questions in addition to the specific points made above. The big picture here reveals how vital such discovery is. At the core of Miss Guthrie's allegations is the allegations that defendant lured her into a sexual situation with the offer of a job making money as a massage therapist, that Epstein always habitually tried to turn massages into sex. That was his modus operandi and plan all along, and that Maxwell recruited other females for an ostensibly proper position, such as therapeutic masseuse, with the knowledge that the intent was for that person would be presumed to provide sexual gratification to Epstein. As a result, Epstein's use of massages for sexual purposes is a central part of this case. And defendant's role in those massages and knowledge of the purpose of those massages is a critical piece of evidence showing her state of mind when she attacked Miss Guthrie's assertion as entirely untrue. Miss Guthrie intends to prove at trial that defendant knew full well the sexual purpose for which she was recruiting females, including underage females like Miss Guthrie. Ms. Guthrie is entitled to explore defendant's knowledge of the sexual activities that took place under the guise of massages. Otherwise, defendant will be able to portray to the jury and an accurate picture of what was happening at Epstein House was nothing more than run-of-the-mill massage therapy. Did the pay for massage therapists vary on what sexual acts they performed? Answer, no, it varied depending on how much time. Okay, that was an example. Defendant's refusal to answer questions about alleged adult consensual sex also blocks Miss Guthrie from seeking legitimate discovery in this case. By refusing to answer questions about her and Epstein's sexual activities with alleged adults, defendant is essentially given the ability to refuse to answer any sexual question she does not wish to answer. Defendant simply has to deem the question as involving consensual adult sex and no need be given. The result is to leave Ms. Guthrie with no way of exploring the identity of these alleged adults, the ages of these alleged adults, and indeed whether they were adults at all. This allows defendant to claim that she is unaware of any sexual activity involving underage females because she claims the only sexual activity she was aware involved adults. The court should compel Miss Maxwell to answer all questions about her knowledge relating to sexual activities with Epstein and other females while at Epstein's various homes. Okay, under the federal rules, when a party refuses to answer questions during a deposition, the questioning party may subsequently move to compel disclosure of the testimony that it sought. The court must determine the propriety of the deponent's objection to answering the question and can order the deponent to provide improperly withheld answers during a continued deposition. Internal citations omitted. Of course, the party objecting to this discovery must carry the burden of proving the validity of its objections, particularly in light of the broad and liberal construction afforded the federal discovery rules. For purposes of a deposition, the information sought need not be admissible at the trial if the discovery appears reasonably calculated to lead to the discovery of admissible evidence. The defendant cannot carry her burden of showing that the questions asked are not reasonably calculated to lead to the discovery of admissible evidence. This is a case in which sexual activities lie at the heart of the issues in dispute. As a result, it's hardly surprising to find that discovery pertains to alleged adult sexual activities, and questions about such subject are entirely proper. And there's examples. In defamation case, plaintiff is hereby ordered to answer questions regarding a sexual relationship insofar as they are relevant to a defence of substantial truth, mitigation of damages, or impeachment of plaintiff. Okay, and then while discovery is not unlimited and may not unnecessarily intrude into private matters, in the instant case, inquiry into private matters is clearly relevant to the subject matter of the suit. Accordingly, this was from another one, plaintiff Misty Weber shall respond to defendant's interrogatories concerning her sexual partners. Okay, I'm sorry, I've never seen that word. I've seen interrogate. Interrogatories. Okay. Generally speaking, instructions from attorneys to their clients not to answer questions at a deposition should be limited to issues regarding privilege. In this case, defence counsel ranged far beyond the normal parameters of objections and sought to decide for himself what issues were relevant. That was improper, and the court should order a resumption of the defendant's deposition so she can answer questions about her knowledge of sexual activity relating to Jeffrey Epstein. Conclusion. Defendant should be ordered to sit for a follow-up deposition and directed to answer questions regarding her knowledge of alleged adult sexual activity. And it goes on. There we go. And we're done. And then a certificate of service. I hereby, on the 5th of May 2016, I electronically filed the foregoing document with the clerk court by using the CM-ECF system. I also certify that the foregoing document is being served this day on the individuals identified below via transmission of notices electronic filement generated by CMECF. And that's it, guys. Okay, let me know what you think. I know it was long and a bit tedious, but it had to be done. It just had to be done. I had to read it for myself, guys. So, yeah, let me know what you think down below. I found it quite, like, that was pretty frustrating. And I may not make another video tonight, guys, because I do still have a really sore neck. So I'm just going to go and lie down. It's taken me a while to do this one as well, which I had to do throughout the day because I have to keep getting up and walking away from the computer just to stretch my neck and everything out. So I will be back tomorrow with another video, and it'll be back on to what is going on, if anything is going on. Yeah, there should be a bit there because it's been a few days since I looked at it all. So I've got to catch up on that. Okay. And if you're worried about 5G, don't forget to check out the affiliate link below. And I'll talk to you real soon, guys. You take care, okay? Okay. Bye.